listening to The Revenue Engine with Michael Pacheco, a veteran CMO who has driven over $10 billion in revenue in the past decade with strategic marketing and customer-centric leadership. Join your host as he transforms marketing departments from cost centers into profit centers. Prepare to shift your marketing into high gear and drive unprecedented growth.
Do you ever wonder how some leaders just seem to know the right moves to make at the right time? Let me share a story with you about a health tech CEO who turned their company around by applying some simple leadership strategies. Once upon a time, there was a health tech company, and they had a fantastic product, but they were struggling to grow. The CEO was passionate. He had a very clear vision, but despite their best efforts, the company was stuck in a rut. Sales were flat. The team was losing motivation. Everyone was feeling frustrated. It felt like they were just constantly putting out fires and not really moving forward, not making a lot of progress. So one day, the CEO decided that enough was enough. It's time to make a change. They started by taking a step back and reassessing their approach to leadership. They realized that while they had been focusing on the day-to-day operations, they hadn't been giving enough attention to the longer-term focus, to the longer-term strategy. So the CEO began to implement a few new leadership strategies that they had learned from studying other leaders in the industry, in the same industries. So the first was to clearly define the company's long-term goals. So instead of just reacting to immediate challenges, instead of, being reactive, the CEO decided to be proactive. He set out a clear strategic plan that aligned with their vision of the company, right? This is where a company's going to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, so on and so forth. It gave them a sense of direction, gave them a sense of purpose, stuff that wasn't there before, right? Stuff that had been missing earlier when that strategy, when that vision wasn't clearly defined. Next, the CEO focused on empowering the team. So they understood that they couldn't do everything on their own. They understood that the company's success depended on the strength of the team. They started by delegating more responsibility to key players. And here's the key part, right? Giving them autonomy to make decisions. Okay, so if you haven't read Drive by Daniel Pink, this is arguably the best book, in my opinion, on this topic, on the idea of equity, of autonomy, of enabling your employees, your team leaders, your key players to make decisions on their own and to own their shit, right? It's great. Drive by Daniel Pink. So this freed up the CEO to focus on bigger picture strategies, but it also helped reignite the team's passion for creativity. The team now had a sense of autonomy, a sense of drive, a sense of purpose. Like they're not just following instructions. They are part of the team now. They feel more part of the team. They've got more equity in the things that are happening with the company. He did that as well. The most impactful change came from the CEO's approach to the communication around the teams. So he made it a priority to keep everyone in the loop, to ensure that everyone on the team understood the company's goals, understood this new vision that he had clearly defined. And he made sure that everybody on the team understood how their work specifically contributed to achieving company goals, to achieving business goals, to achieving business objectives. What you're doing matters. Here's how, here's why. Okay, super important stuff. It works really well. Regular team meetings became a space for open dialogue. It wasn't just all top-down communication. It wasn't just lecturing. There was dialogue there. Challenges were discussed. Solutions were discussed. They brainstormed stuff together. These leadership strategies really altogether had a pretty profound impact on the company as a whole, as the team over time became much more cohesive, much more motivated, and much more aligned with the company's vision, with the business objectives, with everything. The company over time began to see steady growth. The CEO felt more confident and led the company into a bigger, brighter, better future. So let's talk about a few of the key tactics here and strategies that you can take away from this story and implement into your company. So number one would be long-term strategic planning. That CEO shifted his focus from day-to-day operations. This is not a job for a CEO. A CEO should not be involved in day-to-day operations. He shifted that focus away from day-to-day operations and into long-term goals, providing company with a clear direction, things like that. He empowered his team. He delegated responsibility. He gave his team autonomy. He gave them the power to make decisions and do things on their own without always having to run that by him or by management. The CEO, he fostered a sense of ownership and of motivation. And then finally, effective communication. Regular, transparent communication helped align the team with the company's vision and created that culture of collaboration, right? Brainstorming together, working on solutions together, things like that.
Are you dreaming of digital domination? Wake up to Boxer, your dream team for web services, marketing logistics, SEO, and content. We don't just help you play the online game, we help you change it. If you're ready to rewrite the rules of your industry's digital landscape, visit boxer.agency today and let's get started.
In conclusion, this story shows that effective leadership, it's not just about making decisions. It's about creating a clear vision. It's about clarifying the direction. It's about empowering your team and ensuring that everyone on the team is on the same page, is rowing in the same direction. Whether that's through strategic planning, delegation, communication, right? All of these leadership strategies can help transform your business. So what I want you to do now is think about your leadership approach in your current company. Are you focusing enough on long-term strategy, or are you stuck in the day-to-day? Are you empowering your team to take ownership of their roles? Are you giving them the autonomy to make decisions and to fix things and do things on their own, or does everything have to be run by you? And finally, are you communicating your vision clearly and consistently, right? It's about consistency too. You don't want to just create a company vision, write it up in a document, and let that sit on your Google Drive for years. You want to come back to it. You want to highlight it. What I like to do with companies that I lead is take the company's mission, the company's values, right, and pick one. If there's a list of them, for example, pick one item or a small section, and every Monday morning meeting, right? There's always going to be a standing meeting, at least for the marketing team. This is the way that I like to do it. And we'll go over and just recite one of those, whether it's a company value, the mission statement. We'll just have someone on the team read through it and talk a little bit about it, what they think it means, how their position, how their role applies to, or rather, flip that around, how that value, how that mission applies to what they are actively doing within the company. If you're struggling with any of this, if you're struggling with applying some of these leadership strategies or tactics to your business, I'm here to help. Reach out to me. Let's chat. I'll buy you 14 beers worth of my time at no cost to you. It's a half an hour on Zoom. I have nothing to sell you. My only goal here is to give you some actionable value that you can apply directly to your business. You can hit me up on LinkedIn or reach out to me directly on my website. That's michaelpacheco.co. And hey, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, drop a comment in the comments, and let me know what resonated with you. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're listening as a podcast, a review on whatever platform it is you're listening on would be awesome. All of this helps us reach more folks. It helps us help more businesses, and that's really the whole point of what we're doing here. In the meantime, I want to thank you for what you're doing, for all the contributions that you make in the world with your business. As ever, I'm Michael Pacheco. Until next time, cheers.
You've been listening to The Revenue Engine with Michael Pacheco. For inquiries into market leadership, tailored strategies, or personalized consulting, visit michaelpacheco.co.